Ish facilitator.
That was some talk before trying to figure out last time we some of us rated best ideas up to 5, some rated 3.
Okay, so make sure it's on the same page. Okay. So I also want to do. So, like, we're currently going to say, like, what is the best overall out of these three particular, but I'm going to do, like, are they here? Okay, yeah, let me, are you getting streaming set up? Okay, so if we're good on that, let's...
No, I mean last time, last what company are you from? What? Lecture. Okay. Are you one of the judges or you? Okay. So how many mentors? Five?
On the website there were
Okay.
somewhere thereabouts, but I'm not sure exactly how many came out. Where are yourself?
Well, I participated. I participated last time. No, not so. Now the organizers we're working together, trying to start something called Startup Norway. So we're all doing our own stuff, so I kind of enjoy it. Now I'm working for myself. I just launched a website called Statup. Good thing is a website that connects brands to stores, so it can be anything. But right now I'm working on fashion, so you search for fashion brand, you get a list of stores, and you can see on the map where it is. Then you come to London and you can like find certain visit, add them to your shopping guide. Then iPhone or iPad, navigate to the street.
And also part-time shopper?
Yeah, freelance. So usually they use the extra cash when not running in these projects. So it's that, design, and my project.
So we do what design?
Vissa 10. Vissa 10.
Front end and back end as well?
Yeah, most of them and you can work with and you can make it up as well by anything there. I'm just using the framework to have using templates and stuff like that.
My blog is on WordPress. And I still talk about it. I have a structure.
Yeah.
And I get to the point where it says don't, well, it doesn't say don't, it means allow trackback. So I told you but I keep getting all these trackbacks from, obviously, really random. And I was, how the heck do you?
I haven't been, I haven't had so much trouble with them,
Oh, really? And now it's getting
but that's it's probably because I've never enabled, I just leave it on default. And, but does it just, you just get links, right? You don't get emails.
It's a trackback. It's
So you're going to...
So it's supposed to be something.
Yeah.
But the problem is that I initially had it so that initially allowed it, and then I realized online that then I didn't click allow. And
it's probably just someone called the website, put it into the database, and now...
Yeah, and so now it's, then I put on every comment has to be approved.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't have that?
No, I had it's not that. And then I got rid of the allow feature and that would be okay. And then that did work. And I had and I did. And I was sick. Yeah, I have to go back. I took it off and put it back on attitude.
Yeah. I always do that on the comments because I know that you get a lot of robots posting something.
Yeah. So now it's. I thought it was awesome. Once I found out, once I did the next allow.
Yeah.
That's the next real thing. You got to do messages and realize,
Normally, but normal version is pretty good at filtering what's spam and what's real.
The problem I have is that in the word, if you put part of the word, but then as a word, anything that has more notes in the word is going to be.
Oh yeah, I don't use it to filter.
Yeah.
I haven't filtered it. Yeah, that's bad. And you know that you're going to get cold if you eat that. Steven. Hi. So, perhaps that has to do it with me, of course. My networking place, I don't have a problem. No, you know. Yeah. What do you do?
I
I have a presentation on Wednesday for a fashion school. You can tell them my experience when I'm a catwalk photographer. No. But I have a lot of experience in fashion, and I've also done a lot of catwalk photography, and also web designing. So I'm going to tell what I do when it comes to having your own website, and also do some things when it comes to having a catwalk. Yeah. Yeah. It's about like 10 years since the last time I did that. Or 2003. And of course, a chance to promote my new website that's located. Can you read that?
It's very stylized.
Yeah. Alright. Now I'm in your network.
My card is
It's streaming right now, so if you check Twitter.
on my
Yeah. That's good.
I'll have the camera.
So I'm going to say one of the parts to see if we're going to give them
They're going to go.
Well, I wasn't
When it's down there, they unplug.
Just make sure it's properly aimed, getting the logos, but also sometimes aimed if they walk out of the street. And there's a timer clock. Yes, you can do that as well. Yeah. You get a seat and you can sit here if you want to. Martin was going to do it. Carl? Will you show them? I told Martin. Du tar det? Ja, filming. Ok, hva skal jeg gjøre? Bare sørge for at sponsoren er inne i bildet. Noen ganger må du justere for å få med folk. Sikte. Ok, skal jeg snu den når dommerne er styrt? Det kan du godt gjøre etterpå. Ja. Men på pitchene så er det bare å sørge for å prøve å få folk i bildet. I tillegg så er det en timer her. Ja, trykker på timer på... Ok, så jeg er the timer. So you start it, you plug it in. But so your tech check in 5. Tech check. Yeah, because Frode said I should lift this and tilt this. Okay. And then I can't hold this at the same time. So, er det mer enn en presentasjon? Presentasjonen om den, så er det kanskje enklere. I'm sitting here and I would prefer to sit on this one. Okay. I would prefer to sit here. Just go down. Kvalitetssikrer eller det jeg ser her det som blir streamet? Ja, jeg har bort på PC-en på der, så jeg sjekker den hele. Men prøv å få med sponsorer.
All right, welcome you guys to Startup Weekend Oslo. You can clap again. We're gonna test this out. Hold on. See if this works. Ready? There we go. All right. So we'll be passing this around. Should be fun. So yes, welcome to the Startup Weekend Oslo, Norway. This is exciting for me. This is my first time onto this continent. And I've had a really good experience here with you guys. I didn't quite know what to expect. All the rumors were that people in Norway were very introverted, they didn't like to have fun, were hard to get out of their shell, and they didn't like to talk to each other, and I was like, oh my god, that's probably going to freak some people out. But I would say for everybody here that experienced this, it didn't take long before people got really comfortable with each other. People started talking to each other, started sharing ideas. We played a really fun game called Half Baked, where people got to share ideas with each other, form teams in, how long do you guys have? 10 minutes? Yeah. 10 minutes to come up with a broken microphone. So 10 minutes to really come together and pick two random words. I mean, I think we had things like unicorn tears and what were some of the other ones? Inspiring shoes. Inspiring shoes.
Wonderful divine.
Wonderful divine. Yeah, so we had all sorts of weird random projects and words where people just started talking to each other and having a good time, and people started getting a sense of what Startup Weekend was all about. So I just want to talk about that a little bit. If you guys are tweeting, use SW Oslo. We're currently in a hashtag battle with the 7 other cities from around the world that are currently doing this right now, trying to beat us. And I would show you the screen, but we're actually number 1, and we have the least amount of people, so we've been really active. So Startup Weekend, intense, 54 hours, putting people that don't know each other in the same room to share ideas openly, to communicate, to learn from each other, to build products, and maybe even start startups. Startup Weekend is becoming massive. It's a global organization. We just got our 500th application. So that's going to be 500 events. We're going to do 500 events just this year alone, which is now out over 45,000 attendees, 45,000 people in this network that most of you are now a part of. We've hit 91 countries. There are over 350 global and local organizers that are volunteering months of their time to be organizing this weekend for people like you. And there's been over 5,000 startup entities that have come in and around Startup Weekend, and many have gone on to raise large rounds of financing, successful exits, and really just build teams and relationships. So overall, really successful. We'd like to go over why you're here. At the beginning of the weekend, I kind of talked about why you might be here, but I just want to get a quick round of hands. Who here loves making stuff? Right? All right. Who was more productive in these last 3 days than you have been in a really long time? Unpaid, right? Who had an idea and wanted to see if it really had potential? Absolutely. Who here thinks they're ready to create a startup? All right. And lastly, who here had fun?
Yeah.
This is exactly why you're here. This is exactly why Startup Weekend exists. Definitely would not happen if it were not for the global sponsors. These guys are putting all sorts of capital and energy and resources into making all of this happen. Google is a massive supporter of Startup Weekend. They throw pre-events that help bring people into sharing ideas, getting spun up on their technology. They Friday night, we went through a hellacious round of pitching where people were sweating and uncomfortable. So they set up pre-events to really just start getting you comfortable talking about your ideas. Over the course of the weekend, we also went around the room many times and talked about it, and it was really interesting to see how, frankly, shitty some of the pitches were, and they became so much stronger, more articulate, clear, and concise. Twilio helps with providing all sorts of free resources to startups building in and around mobile. We have SendGrid and CloudMind that are really good developer tools that help people get spun up super quick and not have to search the web to build projects for the weekend. Microsoft BizSpark is a massive supporter of Startup Weekend. They have all sorts of free resources and tools. And I actually I didn't know someone in Norway was going to be here from BizSpark. I hope I said the right thing. But at most events, you'll find somebody actually from the organization coming and trekking through the weekend, which is really incredible. Oh, we plugged in right now. And then we also have the Kaufman Foundation, which is the largest entrepreneurial foundation, really, in the world behind some of the biggest organizations. And they have really helped bring Startup Weekend from a small idea to a strong global entity. So that's enough on the Startup Weekend side. I want to introduce Frode, which I've learned how to pronounce. It's the first Norwegian word I've learned since being here. I have a lot to learn now. So I'll turn it over.
Yeah, what he said basically. This whole thing wouldn't work without great organizing team. So really, I want to shout out to all the organizers. Sander, doing all the technical things. Martin on blogging. Helping out with all kind of organizing. Domenico and Naima joined us for the first time this time. The other guys here are kind of like the usual suspects that hang around. And we have Maya over there who taking charge of getting this around Norway. So we've really been pushing it. We have a board that supports us. Fredrik here stays basically the whole weekend, being a mentor, being support in all ways. We have you, which sacrificed his car for doing a massive shopping round, like filling the whole car with all kinds of things we needed for the weekend. So really there's a lot of effort going into it, and thanks to all of you. We also have our sponsors. Schulberger has been a national sponsor for the 3 last events in Oslo, and really been a great help. They're an oil and services company, but really see the value of just developers, great people. Mesh provided the space. This space is awesome. If you haven't taken the tour around, get somebody to show you around. It's like three areas. Really great space where a lot of interesting things happen. Staples provided us with all the post-it notes and things that are going on. You should take a look at the corner here where we have like a scrum board, business model canvas, and yeah, a lot of things going on. And yeah, Staples provides us all of the material for doing these things. Elance provides us with so they call it the human cloud, where you can get the people to help you building things, writing content, whatever. You will get some folks from them, and they support us with some cash as well. That is providing resources in hosting and domains, servers as we need it. Go to conference will give us a prize to further educate some of the developers here. Podio provides us the project management tool we use, and Gunnar is providing some hardware, some glasses and some gloves for technical people to use your iPhone while it's still cold. So thank you to all of them. We're going to have the pitches. 15 teams are going to pitch. We have a judges panel. I'm going to actually give them, instead of doing like a bad introduction, I'm going to give them 10 seconds to introduce themselves instead. You can get 15 if you're pushing it. So, Dag, maybe you start?
Sure. I'm Dag Asheim. I'm the founder of Libro, which I started in 1995 and sold in 2008. Now doing other interesting projects. So, also I'm the chairman of the board of the Startup Weekend Norway. Woo!
My name is Anders Mjøseth. I've founded 2 companies prior to Mesh, and now I'm starting Mesh, which is this space. So, great to have you.
Hello, I'm Jørgen Nielsen. I'm a recovering serial entrepreneur, having started several IT companies, both in Norway and the US. Now I'm a partner in a small venture capital firm, and normal days I'm wearing a pinstripe suit and trying to evaluate big ideas.
I'm Sylvia Ceres. I used to run different departments in the software company Fast Search and Transfer, and later worked for Microsoft. And now I work mainly with several small companies trying to commercialize their technological ideas into businesses. And I'm also on the board of Statup Weekend.
And these guys are going to drill the hell out of the teams tonight, so start sweating. I'm going to try this again. Hold on. Is it working back there? Great. Okay, so I know that there's going to be some soft-spoken people doing pitches, and we want to make sure that everyone back isn't screaming louder. I mean, here. So yeah, we're just going to jump into pitches. You're going to hear 4 minutes of how this idea came together. You're going to hear about the team that they got to work together with, who they got to meet, maybe some of the challenges they overcame. You're going to hear about business and product development. How much did they get out of this room and go talk to real people, not just live inside their head? If you're not going to talk about this stuff, then you should probably put your aside. You'll get the sense of it. So we're going to do 4 minutes of that, and then another 4 minutes from the judges, and then we're going to race right through these guys. So first is Froggle.
Yeah, we'll just talk about it. We have to play video.
Oh, you're playing video. So you won't want to Alright.
A lot of people.
Who here was not here at all during the weekend or Friday? Is it just new?
Yeah. Alright, so...
Wait, where the hell is everybody that actually worked? Sounds like everybody. Awesome. Well, welcome.
Cool. So timer's there. Alright, so we'll get started, guys. My name is Brian, and on Friday I announced that I was single, and as of Sunday I am still single, but I am getting closer to the goal of meeting someone eventually. We got Vince here and Stefan, and we are here to present to you guys our concept. It's Froggle. It's a friend matching game on Facebook, and the idea is pretty much to help introduce you to your friends through a friend. So we're going to play a quick little video to explain the problem that we're trying to solve.
Meet Brian. He's just like everyone else. He wants to have someone in his life to make it better. But it's not easy, especially when you've already graduated. And for a lot of people, getting your coworkers really isn't an option. Now, don't get me wrong, we've had relationships before, but it's getting harder and harder to meet someone these days. Plus, going to the bar or club every weekend really isn't the best option. So, what's up? There's online dating. The idea of meeting a single stranger to online just doesn't seem natural. There's gotta be a better way.
Cool. So that's a quick introduction to Froggle, and pretty much with the problem, it's a $4 billion business that's growing globally, and people are always kind of tackling it a certain way. So let's just take you right into our app, and I'll pass it over to Vince. And sorry, I forgot that. Let me just switch over. We did a quick survey, customer validation-wise, with over 150 responses. The majority of the people were between 19 and 35. More than half the people said they would have tried dating or would try dating. And if you look at the statistics, about 50% of your friends are going to be single, and the other are in relationships. But you'll see that work and school and a friend are the better ways to meet someone, with the bar and online dating falling way, way, way behind. And with the problem with online dating, the most big things that people talk about is they're embarrassed to do it, and they also are, the quality is not very good, and they're afraid of fake profiles. So we developed Froggle to kind of tackle that problem, and we're going to take you right into the app.
So our application basically is plugged to Facebook. Why Facebook? There is 800 million people and half of them are single. So when you log into the app, all your friends will be automatically downloaded, so you'll be good to go straight away. So we are gonna do a quick match now. Let's go to screen size. Let's just try to match our friend Brian here. We want for him a female, preferably. Old Brian.
Old enough.
Old enough. Okay. Okay. So let's just take anyone. Suggest button. And people actually, most of the people will get a notification on their on Facebook to tell them that, oh, one of your friends just matched you with someone. Do you want to know who it is? Just join the application and look who that is.
So now if Brian logs into his Facebook account, he gets a request from Froggle. Hey, you got a request. And he ticks 6 minutes. Then he will get on our application, and yeah. And he has a personalized interface that shows him that Vincent tried to match him with someone, and that will push him to log in and play the game, accept the request. Yeah. So here, Vincent matched him. He can answer yes, no, or stupid. Stupid is because we want to keep quality, and we make it a game. So if you click stupid, it will remove points from the person who suggested you.
And so really quickly, we've got 30 seconds left. Our business model is 3 revenue streams. One is in-game action. So to see the result of a match, you can pay for that using credits or a subscription. We have an aftermarket marketplace as well, so you can buy, you get offers like dates, flowers, restaurants, that kind of stuff. And the last option is obviously corporate sponsorship. So imagine a badge sponsored by Starbucks, and you said you get a coffee badge or whatever it may be. So that's Froggle. So guys, if you head to our Facebook, it's facebook.com/FroggleMatch, and you can join our beta. So hop on in. So just as a disclaimer, we put these guys first for a reason. I want to know first, what did you guys build this weekend? They came in a little pre-existing to use the weekend, so we knew that their pitch was going to be nice and polished to set the bar for everybody else. So what did you guys actually build this weekend? So prior to this, we've done a lot of work on kind of figuring out our business model and our target. So this weekend was a lot about sitting down and really grinding out a lot of work. So this entire UI has actually been redesigned this weekend, implemented, so the guys can tell you more.
Yes, exactly. So about the UI, basically we refreshed all the UI. Before it was just actually click, action, and just see the different things. So we worked quite a lot on the UI. Also, when you get to the landing page, you get the quick video, you get more information, and especially you get like a special landing page which is saying, oh, someone invited you, here are the potential people that you can be matched with, and so it puts people into a context.
We worked hard on the user experience, so you can see that the layout is very nice and inviting. It was very simple layout before, so that makes it much nicer. And we personalized, as you said, the landing page so that you have a feeling of someone.
See if you have any questions on that. Anybody? Dig in.
Take some shots. Let's go.
Okay, I'll start. How do you plan to get this rolling? I imagine there's some like school environments or
so with any so the problem we're tackling is online dating, but we're doing it in a direct way by making it a game. So with an online dating site, if you're a successful online dating site, you lose your users. Every time you get a user match, they're done. So you have to continually advertise and grow it. The great thing is because this is a game, if you're single in a relationship, it doesn't matter. You can still play and match up your friends. Because from day one, so as soon as I join this game, I have averages 500, 400 friends, and most likely 200 of them are single. So you don't have this chicken and egg problem. It just starts right away. And so that's kind of the existing thing.
Yeah, again, you don't need to be single to play that game, because that's a very current dating website. Once people are not single anymore, they just leave.
Yeah, and because it's built within Facebook as well, there's the notifications, it goes into your news feed. You know, any other dating site says, oh, we're not going to share your information because people are embarrassed about it. But because this is a game, it's like, oh, Brian just got 400 points for matching his friend Sarah and blah, blah, blah. Or he just completed the Norwegian badge for connecting, he got the Thor's hammer badge for connecting a Norwegian with a Danish person, you know, and whatever it may be. So that's kind of the distribution.
In a survey we made with the statistics, we saw that most of the people are ashamed of going a dating website. And but here we don't go on the dating website to find yourself someone. You go on the dating website to match your friends. So that removes this shame. You're not ashamed to match your friends. You're rather proud that, hey, I made this up.
Yeah. Later on, we're adding additional functionality, like you're going to be able to ask for an introduction, or you can also send requests to your friends, be like, hey, I'm on Froggle, can you match me? So that's the way that we're going to kind of grow the user base as well. And great thing about Facebook, 800 million users in 72 languages from day one.
Could you say some more about the revenue model?
Yep. Revenue, generally, so you guys saw here, there's a match, so we can go flip back when you respond. So everyone, it's free to play the game, so I'll be able to see who I've been the response to. I'll say yes or no, and they'll get the same thing on their end. But what you don't get is if once they respond, you don't know what they've responded with. So you can use Facebook credits to, you know, say $1 or $2. We haven't decided exactly yet. But you pay $2 and they pay $2, you're then able to see, oh, hey, they said yes too. And then we'll suggest, hey, send them a message, add them as a friend. So there's the pay as you go, and then we also have the subscription model. So if you pay $10, you get up to like 40 matches, so it's a better value. Or you get a $20 thing where it's like unlimited matches and advanced functionality and features like introductions and stuff like that as well.
Alright, and that wraps you guys up. Thank you.
It's 30 seconds. It's all like
So just make sure as soon as the pitch is done, unplug and then walk through the next Hey, Night Mingle. Night Mingle. As soon as they're done with the presentation, make sure you come up and start plugging in. All right. Go ahead. All right, guys.
Yeah, so hello. We are Scandinavia. I'll just take a short introduction of the members first. We have Anne, which has a single mingle. And we have Humayun and Christian, which is the business people. And we have Kai, which is a brilliant backend programmer. And it's me that is the designer. And Scandinavia is basically a pretty easy way to save money and drive together. Let's say that I have a car and I want to go someplace because I live in Oslo, I have a family outside of Oslo. Usually when I have to driving, it's quite expensive. And Scandinavia is a way to sort of save that money. So let's quickly walk through a user scenario. This is the sign of the app. This is the first page you get to. This is a web app. So I want to start out in Oslo. And then I want to go to a place called Sunde. And I can select the date and click search. And then I get the results page. So to the left you have start destinations. And to the right you have the ending points. I can click one of the rides I want to join. And I can click call shotgun. Confirm. And if the driver confirms my ride, then I get shotgun. Then we can ride together and we're sharing the cost. So this is the user scenario for the driver. I have a car, I need someone to share the cost with. So press register a new drive, putting in the from destination and the to destination. Select the date, I need passengers, so I check that one. And just a confirmation that I'm going the right way. And available seats, price per seat, and additional information underneath. And then it's on, basically, it's online. And you can share it on Facebook, and people can sort of submit to your ride, and you can confirm the ride if you want to. So what we have today is you have the sign, everything is completed, you have the backend, the framework, everything which is system-wise is basically done, and we have a business plan. What we need to do is a little bit more design. We need basic search engine functionality and the front-end development. We estimate about 1 week to just have a working product, and then we can test this is working. And now it's for the business model.
Yes. Scandinavian. It's as you mentioned, it's basically it's a marketplace for drivers who have empty seats to sell it to passengers who need a ride. So basically it does everything. So the revenue stream is like the first revenue stream that we talked about. This is exactly that. When the driver wants to drive somewhere, then the driver can put the empty seat to the side, and passenger can go and buy the ticket and sit with the drivers. We have an target advertiser technique in our revenue stream. It's like when a passenger are going to search for a ride, we have targeted ads like trains, flights, and for example a taxi, to show exactly how they are going to go to that direction too. So targeted ads and basically the payment that passengers are going to give to drivers. We have a market research. We talked about. We actually went out and talked with people that get a lot of feedback, positive feedback. The feedback that we got a lot, it was that people were actually into to get out and try to get connected, more open and connected, save the environment, save the time, and be together. The only part was the safety issue. So yes, the safety issue, we changed it with targeting with social media.
Awesome. That was
Group picture.
Group picture.
Yep. Alright, you guys want to plug and then judges?
Alright. I didn't quite get your plan for getting the app or the product out, and I was also wondering, have you looked at possible partners? I've seen some similar things before, and I've also thought that they should partner up with somebody to get it going and start.
Actually, we really have to think about it. We have also to do this kind of research, especially in America. They have the Zim ride, which nowadays is getting more and more popular. And now it's a kind of similar idea. And here, because like Jon has mentioned, we have the safety issue, which is what we got from the street. From survey, it's the most concerning issue. How to solve that? First, we want to build a community based on the Facebook interest, like what we just saw from Progov, from the interest. So people find the right person to share the car with. That's one thing. So people choose the right person. Another thing is we try to cooperate with the insurance company. So it's like buying flight ticket. They can buy insurance for this kind of carpooling services. And also, besides, we can cooperate with government in order to check a background check of the driver, whether there's any criminal records or things like that. So we try to make a friendly environment. At the same time, we plan the backup plan. Yes.
It seems like you're addressing these relatively long journeys, which happens relatively seldom.
Yep.
Why not try to tackle the everyday work journeys?
Yeah, that was the initial thought. That we're thinking just to get it started. It's easier for people. Like I need to go somewhere now, and the first week it's no users there, and I can register a ride, but nothing is happening. Just thinking it's better to start with the long-term journeys. Perhaps I need to go to visit my family next weekend, and then someone has a week to actually respond to that. Just a way to get started. And also, we also did some marketing research, and we think it's too much hassle for people if they only have a 15 minutes ride into Oslo, and then it's 5 minutes to pick someone up, 5 minutes to leave someone, and it's sort of easier for them to do it if it's for a longer journey. They can also share the cost, and it's then 5 minutes isn't so much time to use and just meeting each other either.
follow-up question. There could be trouble if somebody just registered a ride and didn't really meet up. Do you have anything? Do you want to address that complaints?
Yeah, we need some rating system basically. Just have some sort of feedback in the beginning. It will only be comments. I can just comment if someone doesn't show up. Then if we actually get users, then we will sort of pull out that rating system and our way of doing it. And we'll also hold the payment on a separate account, and nobody will get the money before both users have pressed yes. And if there is a disagreement, that goes towards us.
Yeah. And there's a backup plan. So we try to keep our service quality there. So we try to get cooperation with a local tax organization. So when these kind of things happen, and the user is not able to sit by the street, then we send the taxi to there to pick the person. And in order to cooperate with the taxi corporation, we will give some advertisement bonus to them. Like in the search result, they're always on top, like this kind of bonus. Yes.
Thank you.
We have the lamp there.
Alright, so up next is Night Mingle.
We just had a little confusion. Hold on. Okay. Either we are Night Mingle team. All you need for Urban Jungle is the main motto that we created here. Why you see this, you cannot see me, I'm a ninja, which yes, I am a ninja, it's another thing. We didn't have a chance to design a logo, so we want to put an invisible logo over there. It's invisible, so that's why you cannot see the logo over there. It's somewhere there. Why we are doing this idea? Problem is, it's very hard to meet with new people. For example, I keep living in different countries, different cities. I've been here for several months, and it's very hard to identify where to socialize with people and so on. There are a lot of apps outside. You can pick up the Google Maps, for example, or Facebook. You just see, okay, venues, bars, cafes, restaurants. And why I should go there is the question. So if you are single on top of it, like I saw very cool ideas, you may end up in a place after midnight. You are drunk and you want to party, and 20 nerds, only 2 ladies, and suddenly, ouch, okay, I should change my path. You start looking again and again. And some places has very different characteristics. You should be there around 11 or around 2 o'clock, etc. How can you know this? So the need is, you need to have an app that you can spot where are these people in there. And based on this, what is important is to have the gender ratio, the characteristics around it. That's what matters when you are single or just you want to meet with new people. So, Night Mingle is an app that identifies the gender distribution of the venue near you. That's the main thing. Taking the location and socializing on top of it, and mashing up all this data from big social networks like Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter. Everyone uses at least one of them. User doesn't have to use this app to create this. They are already doing it. What we are doing is a smart algorithm, mash up all this data, and we will continue to go into more details of this. At this point, I can give it to my startup colleague.
Thank you. Thank you.
Daniel.
So, we did a survey. That's where we got a lot of interesting information from. We asked you, thank you very much, guys, and we asked our friends. So, 34 people responded, 82% want this app, 68% wants to actually pay for it, and this is the average price we calculated based on our multi-choice criteria. This is the features we asked for, you to pick which of these you want. We listened to you, we implemented them. Female-male ratio, which is the main idea. People at each location, pictures of people, could be quite visual, but a lot of people want that, and the distance, of course. Then we had other features that people suggested. Actually, the single status, drink price, etc. Customer rating, and friend locator could be pretty cool with Facebook integration, which is coming in part 2. Then a little bit short about the business model. You heard about the value, what it gives customers, people that like going out. We look at the demographics and then we send out the survey and we have a percentage we can calculate the ROI and we have the price, right? Channels, Google Play, App Store, of course, and social media. Perfect distribution channels. Customer relation, retaining customers. That's our focus. So we listen to our customers already buying this product and we need to make it as good as possible. Main value, you heard about that, the algorithm, key resources, partners, costs, and of course income comes from app selling, average, we have the average price, ads, and sponsors with coupons actually.
All right. Thank you so much.
To wrap it up is what's value for me.
No, you gotta wrap it up, but if they have a question, you can talk
That's
through it
very
for 3
important.
minutes.
Very important. If you want to
Give them the question to ask.
you need to form a team, meet the team. And now they are coming. That's the most important part.
Sure. Okay, so questions. Go ahead, next team.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, team, go ahead. Team, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Short one.
Gym match on deck.
So, questions?
I'm not sure I have a question or a comment. There's something seriously nerdy about this idea. And, striking up 5 guys on the team. Let's have a girl on the team, guys. Being a part of this statistics seems seriously uncomfortable for the other part of your target audience, which somehow doesn't come through your statistics.
Okay, that's a very valid question, which we actually thought in our routine, and we asked some of the girls that are hiding somewhere in this room for their opinion, because I know exactly, their different mindsets, right? So, and our survey was sent out to, it's a very good question actually, how many guys responded to the survey versus the women. But we had women opinion based on this, and they were quite positive.
I studied in PhD with very, very nerdy maths and IT guys, and I just had this flashback of them creating all these algorithms for meeting the perfect make sure you think carefully about your revenue streams and business models before you
Thank you.
I have a question. I would really guess that this would be a nice thing to do if you came to a new city and didn't know anything, and wow, we could look this things up. But after a while, you get to know this, the ratios and the places and the stuff. Would you get people to return to the app again and again, or how would you do that?
Well, basically,
I can think this one is there is one more idea that to extend this use case is to create statistics per places, which actually the idea came while we were discussing brainstorming here. I owe a big thanks to another startup people in here. So in this case, we will be able to identify, okay, on Saturdays I can hang out in this place, on Fridays I can do this. On top of it, opening the user interaction channel is the key thing when we integrate with Facebook Open Graph. People will be able to share these experiences with each other. Especially actually not the experience which nerd idea, I was successful, it was good, something like this. And people will come back for this.
A question, maybe? 40 seconds? No? Good? Alright. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to try using the microphone again. Sorry, where's what?
Okay, so we're here from the gym match, perfect match, gym match for you. So basically
basically, we started with a story that we overheard. It was a person that went to the gym, and he was so annoyed by the people that was there because he didn't identify himself with the other clients. So he left the gym and never came back. So based on that, we decided to make websites where you can fill in your profile, what you like, where you live, how old are you, what services, what facilities that basically you would like to have in the gym. And then we say, tell us who you are and we'll tell you where to train. So the business concept is quite easy. Okay, we have
Just
three.
speak really, really loud.
We have 3 selling points. The first one is to fit your personal preferences. And then as well, we take care of your wallet as well as your body. And then we find the right exercises for you. If you like to work out in groups, we'll match that up for you. If you like to work individually and focusing on body pump, we'll match that up for you. So how do we make money? We've done some market research.
Yeah, on that one I followed Steve Blank advice, and I just got out of the building in the city and talking to people, interviewing people. And I got some really fun feedback that we constantly worked on. I interviewed 15 of them, and immediately there was a really positive feedback on this page. And the most important factor that came was price and location. People were very they needed the price to be cheap and the location to be near. There was no difference on gender, and people were positive in using this site, especially if they got 1 hour of free exercise. So, yeah.
So we wanted to identify what's our potential. So we're starting in Oslo, which is the largest city. Then we'll go on to Trondheim, Bergen, Kristiansand, and Stavanger. In Oslo, there's about 650,000 inhabitants, and 35% of them between 15 and 75 years old are active in training, which gives us about market potential of 130,000. 65,000 would be in our market, and not to be over optimistic, we said that we could get 1,500 of them per month, which is an average price of 500 and a commission of 5%, so potential revenue 62,000 and then almost $1 million a year. So the business structure is basically focusing on the end user, then the gym and the studios, and then as well as the partners, which will help us get revenue in advertising, having a partnership with health shops, sports stores, protein distributors, and magazines. The gyms will be the largest ones and also the other independent ones. And the gender and then the demographic will be men and female between 18 and 75 years old. So the revenue generating model is quite easy. We get new members, and then the training studios give us a commission from 5 to 10%. As well, advertising space, and as a third part, we can also sell our database, which is consumer behavior data, to analysts and market trend watchers.
Yeah, so the marketing, I mean, we don't have a lot of money, so we have to use those cheapest channels to get into the market. So it would be Facebook, blogging, some competitions, and video and certified clients.
Cool, thank you. Participants, start setting up and go ahead. Judges. Disconnect your Any questions for judges?
I have a question on the beginning of the business idea. In order for this to be attractive and sticky, wouldn't it be a good idea to connect it to kind of personal training programs to make it more relevant to go back to the site more than something like that?
Yeah, that's our add-on next website, personaltrainermatch.com as well. So we're looking at other sort of same matching.
But I'm thinking more algorithmic things. I mean, there must be some stereotypes to start matching people into, and then providing them more than just the name of the gym.
You get the web page, and the person filled out the schema, and from that you try to get the person the things. You hire the person first, and we go around the gym studios and get the we try to place him in the best gym.
So the gym will get a questionnaire, and then we'll have a questionnaire for the end consumer, and then we'll match that up to the highest score.
To get the revenue, you have to have deals with these studios at first, won't you?
Yeah.
Have you done anything to check out how easy it will be to get the deals with basically most of them at once? I mean, you have to have a big collection of training places on board from the beginning.
Yeah.
Would you?
In Oslo, it's about 120 gym studios. Most of them are SOS and Electro, which is the largest one. They were closed on Saturday, the nearest one, but we believe that they're always will be looking at other sort of ways to get leads. And with a 5 to 10% commission, that's probably not a high percentage for them. So, but we haven't had a contract or a discussion with them.
I mean, we are basically selling a product to lower down the frustration, because when you sign up to a center, it's expensive and it's binding, so it's 1 year. So people don't want to avoid that risk. So by doing this page, by using this page, it's free and it goes really fast. You can do it at home. Just click on you put on your info, and then we'll find the best place for you.
All right, thank you.
So we are Carbonicas, and can everyone in the back hear me? We are Carbonicas, and we are here to present a concept because we didn't have developers on the team, so we built a concept around carbon offsetting and what emissions mean to real people. So we are the team, just two of us, Tom and myself, and so we are the Carbon Geeks, and we built this emulator. We basically found a wireframe tool, and one of the things that we found interesting, and when we did our user, just went out of the building and talked to people, is they were saying that we really want to have a way to start and end and have things calculate for us. That would be really nice. And someone said that, okay, so there's a lot of pollution I make because I have to do things, and that's called emissions, but can you make it so that I can just, you fix it, or I buy it, or something like that, like a fix it button and a buy it button? And so I thought about that. Yeah, there could be. Imagine a scenario where you have booked a meeting in Bergen, and you live in Oslo. You could integrate that with Google Calendar. So we'd integrate that with Google Calendar, and that's where you plan how your emissions. So you set a target, like you do when you work out in your fitness. So this is what's going to be my target for this month, and I will try not to go beyond that. And as the data improves, the more users join the app, the crowdsourced data gets better, and you can socially integrate and get inspired to manage your own carbon. You don't have to really depend on the government anymore. You can do it yourself. So the person who mentioned, one of our inside people, that, hey, I would love this guy. He's kind of a carbon guru in Norway, I guess, and he is really concerned about the global temperature going up. So what he wants is a way to, when he travels, quickly check how do I travel? Like air, is it train, so the way, and give me a price. So which one would be better? And give me a travel time. Which one is faster? So he gave us some interesting information, that proactive way. And so the app would actually know and learn about, as you include more data, as you start the start button, it gives you notification. As you build your usage, this gives the proactive way the app reaches out to you, a human being, and tells you to be somehow responsive to your environment. So the next user. So the next. No, this is good. So the app. So the app remote. Yeah, 20 seconds. The app remote is Google integrated. I've already explained that. A GPS tracker and a time tracker that shows you how much you are using and how much is your emissions. So as you keep using, it goes down because just by habit will. An inspiration center where people like it's like a Pinterest board where you get tips and tricks to become more carbon conscious. A social norm by Twitter and Facebook and God knows what else is out there. From personal statistical data use, you get this and you can choose to purchase offsets. We have a business case for it. This is how we'll build a huge database of people crowdsourced. So this is our crowdsourcing model, and this is our quick business canvas.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Take a team photo. As we're doing that, Uda, start setting it up. And then judges, go ahead.
What is your business model and revenue model?
So the revenue model, can you put that up?
Nope. Uda. What is going on?
So the business model is that, say for example, a marketing for MSB. So we could offer it as a platform to them and say, hey, there's 200,000 people flying from Oslo to Bergen, and some of them are environmentally conscious, but you're not getting that market group. Could you use this app? They could use it and see that your train usage is actually better than like Norwegian. So then they could make a choice. And we could offer it as a platform, some way to advertise. The app would be free, but the way the marketing engine would run would create revenue.
Real quick, so sorry, Nidley. Good. Yeah.
Any more questions? Feedback? Did you like it?
Yes. I don't want to hold this back here, but what I really think is fascinating here is that you can make people aware of their carbon emissions creations. I think lots of us would like to, improve the way we behave, but we don't really know what it costs in terms of, yeah. So if you make this more of a social movement almost, I think there are lots of young children that would even be interested in figuring out, So I'm sure there's lots of marketing potential around that, not just MSD, but in general.
I'm also thinking that maybe restricting it to travel is a bit, I think maybe in the daily life, maybe try to make some gamification around doing this in the daily.
So we polled people around, do you want to do it around food, like grocery shopping, clothes, and they said travel is the easiest, so let us do travel first, and like vacations, and then maybe groceries, so we had it ranked. So we sent out a survey and we had respondents respond back. So since 56% said let's do travel first, we went with that data.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, hands on. Is there sound?
There's supposed to be some sound here. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Hi there. We're in Italy. Receipts done right. This is us. We're 6 guys, and we fucking hate receipts. Kind of the opposite of George. Turns out, in our evaluation, that others do too. 8 out of 10 agree. And if we asked, would you pay for a receipt scanner? A lot of people said yes, even we think they're liars. And we also asked, would you like a free and automatic service? So, who said no? We're creating an iPhone app to store your receipts in the cloud. There's a lot of them already, so they're ugly, awful, terrible. Ours, no fuss, there's no budget reporting tool, it's not social, we don't care about your pet's name, and hipstematic filters are not minimum viable. Ours, simple and beautiful, it's super fast, looks fantastic, and makes your life easier. Christian?
Yeah.
Did you do a demo?
I'm going to quickly show you what we made this weekend. So, if everything works out, you should be able to see my iPhone right now. There you go. So, I just launched the app by tapping the icon, and I'm presented instantly with the scanning view, and I can take pictures with you guys in the background to show that it's actually working. Like this. A bit in focus, but I'll keep it and just add the lunch and click done. And it's instantly sent to the cloud and available on Italy.com.
So, we made this weekend. We also made a quick web front end to see your receipts. And if I can do this and refresh, we have all there. Alright, so great! We have made life a little easier, but the paper receipts are still here. Actually, 128 million or billion or whatever that is. Receipts are printed every year in the US. That's 9.6 million trees. You're not interested in the you're interested in the receipt, not the paper. So we're creating a small piece of epic hardware. For now, illustrated as an icon. The solution is to place it between the point of sale system and the receipt printer, as this. And when an Italy user is detected via NFC, it automatically sends the receipt to the cloud. So the printer is gone. This is going to cost $20 a month per point of sale system, or a cent per receipt to choose. If we launch this in Norway and target Warner Group, Järna, and TV, that's about 2,000 stores and gives a monthly revenue of $100,000. If we go for the US market and take 5% of that, 75,000 clients, that's $3 million. The whole, each month. $60 million each month if we get the whole. Why? This is better customer service. You're giving the receipt digitally to your customers. It's a greener profile for the companies, and it's a loyalty program directly in the receipt, like this. Awesome. But paper receipts are not dead yet, so we're taking care of everyone. Therefore, world's easiest receipt keeper, for those sticking to technology, small piece of hardware, and you
Alright, we got the breakdown and take a team photo.
Thank you.
If we have Bluff Bot in the house.
Yeah, judges. Go ahead.
Well, if somebody else has a question, I can try one.
Yeah.
Obviously, it would be better to have this cool piece of hardware.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea of how you would actually get into that market? How much would it take to produce it? That kind of thing?
Each piece of hardware will cost around $40 or something if we create a lot of them. And we would try to target some indie shops around in Oslo to begin with. And the app actually works as marketing to the customers or the stores. And if we target Warner Group and Järna and Kiwi, we would get a lot of attention. And we also made a deal with something called Split a Bill, which has 50,000 users who will help us spread the word.
So I wasn't clear. So when you were talking about the 1 cent per receipt,
yeah.
Who's in charge that 1 cent per receipt?
The store.
The store.
So there's two different business models. One that is for $20 for each hardware.
And how does that equate to the roll of paper and ink that they're using? Like, how do you say that they're saving money and saving trees?
The paper receipts cost 5 cents per receipt today. So there's 4 cents cheaper if we're talking cents. Yeah. Sure. We're saving the world there, so I guess. Yeah, I do. Sure.
No, so any other feedback? No, good, awesome. Thank you guys.
we had a bluff vault. Bluff vault, it has something to do with sound. You know what bluff is? Just to bluff, like you're doing something. We are a group of 3 people. As you can see, we just came with the idea on the conference or on the startup weekend on Friday, while people are pitching in. So I have with me 2 young people. They are underage, still in high school, but they are very brilliant with that can-do attitude. So we have managed to come up with a mobile application that's very interesting. We'll try to show you a demonstration so that it won't be boring with too much talking. The idea was Bluff Buff. It basically is when somebody is making a call to you and that person doesn't stop talking while you want to hang up. I think most of us have experienced this one time or another, and we create different kind of reasons, like I'm going in the tunnel, shh, can you hear me? Shh, I cannot hear you. So we try to make a small demonstration. Be patient with us, this is just a test. Now Eric will present it, he's a bit energetic, so be patient with him.
Right. Let me present this. I have my friend Bragi on the phone here, so let's just call him up. Hey dude, do you hear us? Hello? Nice. Look, have you heard about BluffBot? It's, look, 3 people that know nothing about app programming. They made this cool app, so when people just, you know, when they're talking and catch up, you know what I'm talking about, man? You know? It's like, it's so awesome. What? You've been chased by the... Dude! Right, but do people want this? I mean, I think they do, because we did surveys on the internet, and Solomon, the man with the plan, he went out asking people on the street between the age of 14 and 26. That's our main target group. Right, 93% of all people we asked said they've been in a conversation like this, where a person just talking, and you really don't want to listen to them at all. So 83% of everyone we asked said that they've lied or made up a story so that they can get off the phone as soon as possible. 65% of everyone we've asked said they pay for an app that would make their story or lie seem a bit more plausible. That's exactly what BluffBot is. So, how do we reach people? Solomon, take it away.
Yeah, how we reach people is obviously we use social networking in person, you know, like Twitter or Facebook, stuff like that. And other means is like application stores. And how do we make money? Simply by selling it, no other way. But we have a plan to make it free, and it has also some other potentials. And Eric will tell you about that.
How do we make BluffBot? Right now, BluffBot is just a simple button written in JavaScript. We don't know anything about this, so we had to really learn programming in 12 hours. How awesome can it get? If we get enough money, we can make this a series. No, we need people to make it. We need to hire people because we can't do it alone. So we can make it a series, just for fun, serious. You can get tons of sound files. I'm a sound engineer, so I can do that. But we need someone to program it for us. And we need your help. Follow us.
This is our... Okay, and judges, and then we have Mul. Okay, so go ahead. No, using the
go ahead.
Sorry. Let's go on.
Any questions?
Okay, as your time is running out, okay. Very different presentation from the previous one. The previous one was thinking, logistics and how do you recognize the characters in these receipts and etc. etc. Here I wasn't quite getting into the business model. I was more thinking about the cool factor.
Okay.
So I think arguing for the business model around this will be quite tricky, but I think what you can do is make it super cool and get somebody like Skype really keen to install it.
I was on a board meeting where one of our board members was calling from the US, and he didn't know that his daughter turned on the Donald Duck voice on his microphone, and then the very serious lawyer, and he couldn't understand why we were breaking down on the other side. And I think you could do interesting things with your product as well, but monetizing it will be an interesting challenge.
Yeah, that's what we think too.
I mean, is it something where you're going to offer the first 3 sounds, the cop, the crowd, the toilet flushing, and then you offer more sounds for just digital upgrades?
On the demo we have like 4 or 5 sounds, like the one that we showed you, fully silent, is because it's more loud. But we have like noisy streets, and we have like a train or a canal or things like that. There are people who gave us idea, but some crazy ideas like earthquake. I don't know if you can. We have got lots of ideas from people to make fake sounds.
Can you like partner with like SoundCloud and add like your background noises and?
Yeah, that's the possibility. We have to cooperate with others because there are lots and lots of possibilities of combining it. People have different reasons and excuses.
I mean, to me, it's like a utilitarian app. Like, you would call it a utility because it's like, wow, I really didn't want to get off the phone. I might use this again and again, and it definitely has the entertainment factor.
Yeah.
I would sell for 99 cents. And you have things like Bald Booth and Fat Booth and these like little novelty apps that sell for 99 cents, but then they light up like wildfire. And you guys have had the most like, response just to the product alone. Like, charge 99 cents for it.
Kyle, it's very interesting you say that because over 50% of everyone we asked said the exact same thing. That they'd buy this app for $99.99. Sorry. We're not that greedy.
Alright, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Ready? Alright, let's go. So this is our mole. He's going to revolutionize how you shop online. So, we're a team of 2. We've been on a roller coaster this weekend. We started out with an idea that we already tried out a little bit to see how that worked, but we figured out after some research, so this is the original ID, plugin for your browser that'll let you search for price comparison on different products. Like if you search for an Apple iPhone in Google, it will give you ability to price compare in the search results. But after doing some market research and talking a little bit to people here, we found out that this will not work. The adoption rate for browser extension is too high and the market is too small, at least for the Norwegian market like we looked at it. So we had to go back to the drawing board. So what's the problem when you're trying to shop online? There's an information overload. You got lots of stores, there's lots of offers. You have Groupon mailing you emails every day. There's too much information, and a lot of the information is irrelevant. So you want relevant results, right? You want the offers that you really need. And also there's a scattered range of providers. You have to go to one page to search for products. You go to a different page to search for event tickets. You have deals on different pages. So let's see how we can solve this. We want to create the solution that gives you just what you need. And our new idea that we started working on 5 hours ago is this, the mole. So it's a web page where you register through Facebook. We pull out your profile. We see what you like. We try to figure out your interest, what kind of products you would be interested in, what kind of events you would do, where you travel through your check-ins. And once you're registered, you go to Mole and you get your own page, right? So for me, I like jogging, skiing. I like Bruce Springsteen and Barcelona. It will give me the relevant hits in this first page. But I can also search if I like to. And then I can do a search based on either only products, only events, only travel, or all of them together. And also I want to maybe share this with my friends. I can share one of the relevant offers. I know a friend that want to go and see a Barcelona game with me. I can share this offer with him through Facebook or
other places, social media, everything. And also I'll get some statistics. What did I click this last week? What kind of offers am I interested in? Where do I usually, which category am I most often in? And also I can check out what my friends are clicking on. Check out my friends' stats. So pretty much our business model is first of all using affiliate programs. There's a lot of databases where all these product info, events info is already saved. So we want to exploit that, and we'll get money through making the consumer click a link and stay on the page for 5 seconds or whatever the affiliate program calls as a lead. And also there's a possibility for ads, of course, and other things as well. So pretty much on 5 hours we got this just the web page design. Kyle helped us with the logo. Thanks a lot. Good.
Should mention that. No, awesome.
Good.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
And so real quick, apparently we have Virginia and Charlottesville tuning into our live stream. So and Costa Rica. So if you want to flip that around, have everyone say hello to those 3 locations, that'd be amazing. So say hello. Hello. From Oslo. Awesome. Okay.
All right. You come over here.
Yeah. Let's start.
All right. At least at my Facebook page, I don't think you would get enough information to really be able to find out what I really like.
That's a good point. So the Facebook login or Facebook connection, it'll give us a starting point, right? But as soon as you start using our page, we'll try to collect your information. We'll try to figure out what kind of patterns you do your shopping or what kind of patterns you click in, right? So we're able to learn by your history and also maybe your friends' history. Maybe we can figure out if many of your friends have the same interests, right? So maybe we could find some patterns there. So it'll kind of adapt to how you use it eventually, and also your search history, right? There's a lot of information in that as well. So we want to build up some kind of profile around it. And also, if you like the service, you're able to go into your own profile, right, and define some of your interests, right? So that will be an option, but we want to try to make it as easy as possible for the user to just get started and go from there.
Sorry, I didn't understand. What's your business model or revenue streams?
So there's a lot of affiliate programs. An example would be Kelco. They give us one krona per lead. So if we're able to get a user to click on one link once a week, it'll give us 4 leads, and that's 4 krona. And if you add that up, the numbers could be pretty good. But it's pretty hard to get the user base. That's the what we need. So
and you're allowed to store the information because they are registering at your site. Is that?
Yeah, probably. We didn't have time to check out the operatives in that, but there, I don't think there'll be any like sensitive information there, as far as my knowledge at least. But we'd have to check that out. That's a good point.
Cool. Thank you guys.
All right.
Okay, hey everyone, my name is Thomas and we are Fido. We're going to improve ordering for everyone. So we're going to simplify ordering and let you order faster, get served faster, and get much better service. This is our team. We got everything we need: developers, designers, marketing, sales, and business. We have got some people that aren't here today also. Our vision is to provide state-of-the-art ordering solution for restaurant and bars, and while still keeping it the easiest to use by far. We're going to help our customers save time and money. And now we're going to do a live demo, so if everyone can try to scan if you have got a QR code, or just go to fido.cc. then we're going to show you how the restaurant receives the orders. And if you put in your phone number, you will receive a text message when your order is ready. I can't promise we're going to deliver anything, but for demo purposes.
Okay, so this is the restaurant side. We're live now, so when orders come in, we will see them pop up. Here we have an order that was from earlier. So let's see if anyone can try to order something. Oh, here we have something. So two Cokes. Here, please. I'll try to come with them later.
So what he's doing now is first pressing the order, and then he's touching his own face. So he said that I'm taking this order. Okay, so you can see this is working. This is live. We have built a new code base during this weekend that makes it even faster than it was before, and we can see their orders are coming in.
That's a fans of Coca-Cola.
Yeah, it's like everyone wants to Coke today. Okay, so what's our value propositions? Okay, we're going to help the restaurant save time when handling the orders, so they don't need to go to each table and take the order. If the people on the table want to take the order themselves from their phone, we're going to let the restaurants spend more time giving better service instead of just taking orders. So when they come with the food, they can spend some more time talking about it, for example. And you would need less staff to run a busy restaurant because people are ordering themselves. And we're also collecting statistics so restaurants know what people are ordering, when and how long they are waiting. So what's the potential market? There are almost 10,000 restaurants just in Norway. And we're not stopping here. We're going global. For customer validations, we have already been in customer meetings. We are getting very good responses. We have follow-up meetings booked already, so we're going back in a few weeks. We have been in touch with potential pilot customers that want to try our systems live in their restaurants. And we have did a survey where we got over 100 responses. So how did the survey go? Well, we've got 90% of customers want a new ordering solution. They want to try our system. 70% says that they're going to order more if they have our system, because then when they need another drink, they just pick up their phone and order it right away. For marketing and sales, we're going directly to restaurant owners, we're going through restaurant organizations, and to industry events and publications.
You got the rest of the team now? Yeah, we have the rest of the team.
Okay, come on, everyone. Be quick, please, and then we're going to have get out so we want back in. Okay.
I really like the product, and I was wondering, will I be able to review what I'm eating? Can I suggest it and share it and do stuff like that as well?
We have not implemented it yet, but we have talked about it, and we are planning at least to implement sharing on Facebook and Twitter, and maybe some rating system as well.
How heavy is the integration towards like an order management system in a big restaurant?
Currently, we're trying to avoid that because we're going to reduce complexity, so our system is completely independent. But of course, if they want us to do it, we can do it as a service where they pay us to integrate with their current system.
But it can also be like a standalone for those that don't have a...
Yeah, first and foremost, it's going to be standalone.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how much did you actually do this weekend? Because you come equipped with a great logo and QR cards and all of that. So what happened this weekend?
We started at Statup in Bergen a couple of months ago. Most of the work you saw on the demo was done there. But this weekend we have rebuilt our entire code base from scratch on a new framework. We have redone the design and we have refined our business model and marketing strategies.
Have you looked into any potential competitors?
Yeah, I didn't get that in the slides, but there are some competition out there. Nobody's doing it exactly the way we are. Our product is much simpler. And we was out trying one of the competitors, and the waitress said that we shouldn't use it because it was too slow. Our system is much faster than theirs, and we don't see that as a big problem as of now. Of course, we're keeping a close eye on them, so if they see what we do and try to do the same, we're always trying to be as ahead.
Did Nittli give you any ideas? Could you connect with their, could you be the front end of their?
That would be a great idea, yeah.
Awesome, thank you guys. Alright, this is Get Out.
Okay, so I'm just going to go through a quick introduction of who we are and what is our product. So this is how everybody sees us, and this is who we actually are. We're just a bunch of people who work on maximize the nightlife fun experience. Our product is really simple. Just want to help people solve the problem that you have when you go out. So night or day, we provide the way. So before I actually have the statement of the problems, I want you guys to think of the problems that you have had when you go out. Have you ever had an experience you have to call your friends, asking everybody where they are, and they're too loud, you know, the club is too loud, they have to go out and tell you where exactly they are? Well, most of the time, you don't know what's happening right now in nearby places that of you and your friends' interests. Have you ever see the club you want to go to, and then you see there's a long queue and say, oh shit, I don't want to wait up in the winter for an hour, I'm just going to go to other places, but you have to actually take another taxi. Have you ever that says, oh, I want to go to this cool place, and then you enter, you found out there's some people using the app to find out this cool places, so there's a whole bunch of cool IT people, and there's no girl. So we done some field studies just last night, and we actually interviewed 20 people, and then we choose like 3 representative people who actually told us what matters to them the most. And then some of the answers, unfortunately, are not valid because they're too drunk or want to. Or they say, unless you go home with me, I'm not interested. So you can see there's, yes, that actually supports another team that we have different needs. Some people want to have a good company and, you know, try to have a happy ending of the night. But there's more than that. There's more than, you know, about girls because, you know, we actually care more about that. So here's something that we can provide, and I'm going to show you the demo, the mock-up we have, and actually the application and web service we provide. So I'm just going to highlight this, and then you will see the visual presentation. So to fulfill all the problems, to solve all the problems, and fulfill everybody's needs, we need to have a timeline to see what's going on. Whoever wants to actually share with a friend or publish online or the club want to actually tell you what's going on, they actually can upload the photo, they upload the video. So you actually see before you go out, you make sure your cover speed actually is customized and is fun. Okay, and then follow the cool activities, and you see what's going on nearby you, and you share your experience. The most important thing is that you need to actually get VIP experience by avoiding the queue. So now I'm just gonna...
No, you're not. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. So yeah, no, just go ahead.
Alright.
It's okay.
Repeat that.
Oh yeah, group photo. And we have a cut the waste set up. And 3 minutes. Go ahead, judges. Comments, feedback? Confusion? Question?
Could you say a little bit about your business model?
Yes. So basically, we want to work with the club owner. So it's a free application. Everybody can actually see everybody is a content provider. Everybody share the information. So this is a free app. We don't charge people. What we do is actually we work with the company, the club owner, and the company that provides the surrounding activity. For example, like taxi. For example, like street vendor or people who actually out that night that provide service. So we actually do two things. One is advertisement sponsorship from club, of course. But another thing is actually all the activities happen that night. We provide the data mining and the analysis to those taxi company or that other companies. Yeah.
Anything else?
Maybe you could say a little bit about how you're going to provide the service. Actually, how is the application going to work?
Yes. So it's basically all about timeline. You or the club owner or whoever uploads what is there on that at that time, and then you actually can check by store if you know where to go, or you don't know what's going on. You just want to actually browse, choose where to go. So you actually based on timeline, you have all the pictures ongoing in that club. So that's the basic the thing that you get instant information. You choose where to go by yourself. And of course, if you want to get to know more, you click it, and then you actually have all the information, dress code, beer price, everything that hide it. But mainly it's the visual presentation, only picture and video on time.
I guess it's my age. The difference between this and sending SMSs to all your friends must be something about great visualization, both in the data mining and the result of that, and some sort of, video, pictures, etc. Can you give me a pitch for, why would I want to use this rather than just check through SMS or check,
Yeah, because there are some
Facebook
scenarios. Yeah, there are some scenarios that you actually want to go. You don't know where to go. You want to choose one place, and then the Facebook doesn't really give you. You have to go through all the friends, or you have to go through all the text message and check all the clubs and all that. But this one is instant, like it's right now, and then every club.
Is the nightclub putting pictures out in Thailand, or is it your friends?
Your friends, it depends. There is a private one. There is a published one. By default, it's all published. That people who actually, you can set a privacy settings, but by default, it's all published, and then you can actually see from different people.
Hi everyone. Okay, so eat, save money, and help the environment. Eat, save money, and help the environment is an idea that addresses the following problem. That over 330,000 tons of food, of useful food, is actually wasted every year. Obviously that costs money and is really, 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 really bad for the environment. This is our team and we're attacking this problem. Let's talk about the problem. Over 330,000 tons of useful food thrown away every year. That amounts to 10 billion Norwegian kroner just in Norway, right? Now, obviously, not everything, some of that food is thrown away by you or by us, consumers. But some of it, over 55 tons, or 70%, is thrown away by the stores, by the grocery stores. And that equals 1.5 billion Norwegian kroners. Now, if we could do something about that, that would have the same effect as taking 50,000 cars away from the streets every year. And according to a government report from last year, this is 10 times more effective than trying to recycle that same waste. Now, this means that there's an opportunity knocking here. If you look at grocery stores, on average, they throw away food to the tune of 1.9% of their turnover. And if you look at just, that is of the entire range of products that they sell. But if you look at a selected group of products that are more relevant, then it's even more. For Norgesgruppen, that amounts to 465 million Norwegian kroners. Okay? So just for them, selling the wasted food, the useful wasted food that is close to expiry date, that would mean increasing the bottom line by 230 million Norwegian kroners as compared to having the loss of having to throw it away. So reducing waste by 10% means 23 million increased profits. 10% is a more realistic goal, right? Okay, so our solution is to enable merchants to put discounted food offers right in the hands of consumers. And consumers can then save money by purchasing discounted food, help the environment, and feel great about it. And we do this by providing an app that is customizable, and it tells customers what offers are available, where they are, or in the preferred source. So let's have a look.
Yes, this is our emulator. I'm in a buying situation now. I'm going into the grocery store. I need to tell the system what type of profile I am to just segment the products I get offers for. And let's see, we click on the family. You click. I get a list of grocery stores nearby. And I'm selecting Kiwi as my store. And just now I see that there are discounts on egg and ham and cheese that are, if I don't buy this, these groceries are going out in the waste. So that is our action. That's it.
Got about 10 seconds.
I know. So we have a business model, which we actually spend a lot of time on working through and discussing.
All right, we'll let the judges ask it. I'm sure they will.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead and do your
But it's
photo.
a Q&A.
We're going to do team photo. So we only have 3 teams left. I know the energy gets a little low at the end, so go ahead and pay attention, keep the energy up, but get the next team up, and judges,
Do you have any questions?
How is your business model?
That's a great question. Thank you. Initially, we thought we're going to make tons of money out of this. But then, working through the problems, we thought maybe the difference, the factor how we differentiate is having this strong environmental profile on our app. And we've gauged initial interest, and 100% of the respondents are positive and would actually use such an app, as compared to existing apps that each retail store has. We think by being a non-profit project, we will partner with environmental agencies, and specifically one, which we've already contacted, and we'll schedule a meeting in the next few weeks. And government funding will be.
It's also that the Norwegian government and NHO and the grocery chains, they have formed an organization to try to solve this problem. It's called Format. And our intention is to try to take contact with them, which we have already done, and try to get a collaboration to work with them to get inside this. If we don't get this, we go on each of the 4 main chains in Norway. But I think we'll get quite a lot of support from organizations in Norway, on this item. That's what we do.
It's for math. Are they doing anything online, or do they have?
They haven't written what they are doing. Just say that they are increasing the awareness, not to throw away food. But it's not specified.
And that includes the 4 major customer retail chains.
You had a slide there where you said that the stores would earn more money by not throwing away the food that instead selling it. But you could make a case that they're getting less money for the food than by selling it for the full price. Have you really checked with the stores what the thoughts are?
Yeah, we are checked with one store, one of the largest one in Norway, and they are throwing away quite large amounts of food every day or every year, and this is right on their bottom line. So they are, every item that are not sold, they have to throw away. And say if they can get reduction here of 20 or 30 or 50%, this is right on the bottom line for them. And they don't have to work a lot with handling all this food.
This is opening hours.
Okay. Hi. So we're openinghours.com. This is the team, and we've been working very hard, and we're very excited to be here for you. The problem, and everybody has this problem, is that when you want to find out when a store is open or what's around you, most of the time, well, in Norway, sometimes you know when things are open, right? But sometimes you don't. It's 1:30 a.m., and you're leaving a bar. Which are the bars that are still open? Well, you've probably been drinking, and it gets a little complicated because first you have to go and you want to search. So you search Google Maps, then you try to find alternatives of what's close by you, and then you have to go to a website to figure out the opening hours because it's not necessarily on Goodsida, it's not necessarily on Google Maps. You have to go away from that and go into the website to find the opening hours. You have to click through often, and then you might find out actually the bar I want to go to is closed, or the restaurant I want to go to is closed, or the shop I want to go to is closed, or it's Easter and I'm not sure if the information is right. So you end up wasting a lot of time. And there should be an easier way. There should be an app or a website that you go to, and you say, I want coffee around now. I want coffee now. What's open now? Show me a map of what's open. Don't show me the stuff that isn't. I don't care. And it should be 3 clicks. It shouldn't be back and forth. So something that takes 10 minutes should take 2 minutes. When we said this to our people that we've interviewed, about 40 people, 45% said this is something useful. Now, 45% is interesting. It's not 10%. That means that some people still care. At the same time, it's not 90%. This isn't such a big problem that you're going to pay for an app. If this was 90%, our business model would have been, we'll sell you the app. But it's not. So our business model has to be different. And that's where this comes in. We think that businesses should be paying us for help. We should be offering this data to businesses. This type of search, I want coffee at 4 o'clock, is valuable information because that means someone can make a special offer. Someone can make a special rebate, or maybe someone wants to be top of list. So what we're saying is that if you don't pay us to be one of our special customers, to get our external API and the extra support and all that kind of stuff, well, we're going to use crowdsourcing to figure out your opening hours. But if you want to participate with us, like if you're Starbucks and you're our customer, right, what we're going to do is when people search for coffee at 4 o'clock and there's Deli de Luca open and Starbucks, Starbucks goes to the top. So we charge for that you go top of the list. But we also do one more thing. And that's, say, when you get the list and you're Starbucks and you're at the top and you pay us money, then what you can also do is on the app, you can say, I'm going to Starbucks. And it sends information to Starbucks I'm going to Starbucks, and they can send information back to you to entice you to go. That's a special rebate. Now, what's the beauty about this? The beauty about it is that Starbucks knows you're coming, and it gets some information what types of people are searching and looking. So we send basic profile information of age group, income, postal code, that you volunteer if you want rebates. If you want to use our app and you don't care about your rebates, you don't have to put in this information. Are we doing on time? All right. So what do we need? 480 hours of development, and our team and the pricing model is here. We can make money off this.
We're going to do a team photo.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Uda set up next. Alright, so Uda, come up. Judges.
How are you going to get all the opening hours registered?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if they don't participate with us, then it's going to be crowdsourced. They have an incentive to participate with us because then they know their opening hours are there and they know that they're accurate. They know that the crowdsourced version is not, maybe it's not quite as speedy to update. They can update it, and they want to also update the information so it's accurate. So they have an incentive to have a widget on their website that we provide. So we provide support to them to also make sure their information is accurate. They should use us. That's why they should pay.
We'll obviously need a sales team to begin with, to do some serious sales. Yeah.
One of the most important part here is that the content, like you ask about, isn't right there. If you look at Yellow Pages, 1881 in Norway, and Google, they have, what's our research, guys? 5%? The information is missing. So you need to crowdsource this. You need to go out and ask everybody, is it valid? Can I update it? Because it's so annoying to go for Christmas shopping and it's closed.
But it's going to be opening hours for everything.
For everybody.
Store.
Yeah.
Even customer service if you want.
Yeah.
But the beauty about this is when someone says, I'm going to this, because then it sends basic information to the store, and maybe we say everybody who's between 16 and 25 gets a 10% discount on coffee, and it sends a rebate back to the user who says, I'm going there, then they can use that at the store for rebate. Only customers that pay us, so only the Starbucks and the Deli de Lucas that pay us for this integration, get this extra feature. Everybody else is sort of just out there and floating around and depending on crowdsourcing. So you have an incentive to pay us.
We have an audience question. That doesn't count in our time, right? We have an audience question.
Yes, it counts in your time.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I just say something? I'm not the expert in Google Maps, but I was researching this last summer when I was thinking about maps, which I never did. And Google Maps, I mean, I think you should get your data. I think you should count on the data to be more or less accurate in Google Maps as time progresses. I don't know if they've started a campaign in Norway yet, but certainly Google Maps in many countries have started aggressively updating different tools to make sure their information is accurate, and if not, to register it for free. So what your service could be, and Google Maps also offers businesses putting coupon information in Google Maps. So what you should do is maybe just give them the option.
That's a core idea. That's a core idea to actually give Google the content, give 1881 the content, give Yellow Pages the content, and then you're very, very focused on being the key source of that content.
I like it. Thanks, man. Now we got Uda. And then 2. We're almost there. All right, you're on.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Eric Eriksson. I'm going to present Altwell, the Crisis Communication Management Tool.
for businesses and organizations?
Just short background, Eric, my name is Asamat. We have a third team member today. Three of us are MIT alums. Both Eric and I have background in security. Me from Kazakhstan, Eric serving in the Norwegian army. This idea didn't come just out of the blue. It came from the need that businesses are requiring or asking us to provide the service. So we have at least 2 companies that have already asked or problem identified this need, and we decided to go ahead and discuss it with you.
So how many of you were in Oslo 22nd of July? Did you rely on social media channels? Like I checked the social media. How many of you did? Did you rely on them? Do you think authorities were fast enough? Do you feel you get the information you needed? Our product, the problem is, the time we've been thinking about this, is my family okay? We want to know where they're okay, where they are, and maybe what to do. And how to act accordingly with the reliable information.
So what we did a short survey during these 4 days. And most interesting 3 questions that when people are asked where do you look information for? What is the first source of information? 0 people replied that it's police, and 0 people replied that it should be employer or business or organization. Most of the people said that they rely on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter. And this is the new trend that we have been witnessing, although there is a still question of transparency and trust. What people want, interestingly enough, in the behavioral pattern, 44% of the people try to find out how they can be helpful. I mean, there are other behavioral patterns like, I want to go home using public transportation. 25% said that. 25% of respondents said that I'm curious and I want to find out myself, going to the site. But most interestingly, 40% are saying that I'll wait for additional information. And 44 again said that they want to find out how they can help. About 80% of people said that they do not know the employees, the organization's plan. What to do if disaster strikes? What is the action plan? What is my role in that action plan? And about 72% of people said that such plans has to be built and delivered and be transparent to people in the organization of business or school or university, regardless of whether it's an earthquake, flood, bombing, or some other emergency. So the vision of
So we want to solve this. We want to make the communication fast. Authorities are sometimes slow. They have this challenge, but we want to make it fast and reliable. And also, the goal is to have crisis plans, for example, offline available on your devices. We want to do trials with, for example, KPMG consultancy and other thing there. We want to start with
UN in worldwide organization.
We want to focus on one government organization, one private organization, a company to focus in, and proof of concept. We want to NRK data. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah. You got it?
So, what's the business model here?
So, the company are developing infrastructure and market towards critical mass within the organization. We want the service add-on. Could be, and then we have.
We also want to use the CNN model to sell information at peak times, like commercial information, like Duracell would do a very small line. We want to do subscription service for businesses. We want to sign up municipalities for this service because they would want to deliver this information. And next phase would be tailoring and e-learning and basically doing training, rehearsing and preparing people for disaster management.
Yeah. Next question.
Which problem are you trying to solve? Where people are? Are they okay? Information?
Yeah. So first thing you think about in the crisis is, for example, is your family okay? And we want to broadcast this service.
Your
on. That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
Basically, what you want to do, you want to get more information about the situation, you want to get assessment of the damage, and then you want to know your company's, your organization plan. And you want to know your role in that plan. And according to that plan, you have to act.
So I'm kind of a user experience junkie, like me being on the other end, if a crisis were to happen right now, like, walk me quickly through the experience that I would go through with your...
We have a prototype that SMS and push, it works. We were going to show it, but sorry. Yeah. And we have mock-up we're going to show. It's basically I'm okay, a button. The situation with going on. Is your parents and the family okay? You have a panic button you can press if you're in a personal emergency. So it's a broadcasting, personal aid, community. Yeah. Next question? Okay.
Alright, this is instance.
Somebody else should be here?
Yeah, you guys are in.
Yeah.
So start.
Alright. So, instance. We are I'm Christian. This is Glenn, our programmer. Lars, our 3D modeler, and Merete, our business developer. We help you make the right buying decisions instantly. Have you ever been in a furniture store and felt insecure because you didn't know if the furniture would fit in your home? So, what we allow you to do, if you ignore what's happening on the screen, if you look at me, what we allow you to do is to instantly find out if the furniture you are looking at will fit in your house. Will it fit physically? Will it fit matchingly visually? With our app, you can see the furniture in your home, you can move it around, you can try it out, and you can actually place it in your home and walk around it and virtually have the product in your house. Is it up and running? No.
I thought you guys had it connected to the projector. Can you not do that?
No. Okay, so we wanted to do a live product demo, but everything is failing. So we're going to explain how it works, and we'll go right into the business model. It's awesome. Brilliant. So if you guys can move back, so you can see more. So basically, what our application is, it uses something called augmented reality. Now the screen that you see up here, don't look at it, judges. Judges, look here. Okay, look at me. Okay? Thank you. This is very bad rendering, it goes very slowly. What you can do is you can look at something around you and it will put information over it which isn't there already. So if you want to buy the Mona Lisa, which is very expensive, and you don't want to throw your money out the window, you want to know it fits first. So what we do is we simply look at the wall and we place the Mona Lisa there. You place it, you can move it around, it's slow up there, but I mean it's magical, it's amazingly, it's instant to use. And you can see it from different angles, you can swap if you want to see another picture. And yeah, it's purely instant. So this is our phone application for art. We call it Instant Art. We also think about instant furniture, as we said in the beginning. We call it Instant Sofa. We can put 3D models in here. We can put any product that you want to put in there. We can make any product instant. So how are we going to pay for it?
Okay, so I have the business model here, and this is lead generation and it's e-commerce. Our market is the furniture, interior, design industry, and we want to take 5% of the upsell. So, how are we going to do that? The facts and the figures. 2.6 billion coronas is used yearly. So, 20% of that are sofas. Instant sofa. That makes 520 million kroner. One sofa costs 10,000 kroner. That is 52,000 sofas, our potential market. We say we have every 10th sofa is sold on the internet. That's 5,200 options for sale through our app. That's 2.6
6 million krona just in Norway for us the first year. We kind of rehearsed that. Value proposition for the sellers, for the stores, is get customers off the fence, and for the buyers, buy right the first time.
So this is good. So this is instant. Ask the questions you want to ask about the business model.
Awesome, thank you. You guys get team photos? Sorry.
Team photo?
Cool, and then let's get Betsy up here, and that'll be the last presentation of the evening. Questions, yes.
I'm thinking buying sofas is a really tricky thing, and getting, trusting a picture on your mobile phone, I'd have a really hard time doing that. But I think what would be really useful is if I could take a picture of my living room and give you the dimensions, of approximately where the sofa goes, and you analyze the colors, and you analyze whatever you have, whoever your partners are that provide their sofas to you, and give me a good list of ideas to go and look at. So kind of turning the model around. And then I was thinking also that you guys should team up with Bluffbot guys and have, instant people. So as we are bluffing about the police, you can also start making videos about people being surrounded by police, etc.
Very cool.
About the business model, you obviously have to have some connection with the stores. Have you thought about?
Yes, we talked about what's next. So what we want to do is just to get started. We want to pitch it to the media agency, who's already hooked up with the stores, and we want money to develop our prototype to complete that. And then we want to pitch directly to Bolia.com because we have a big belief in that. We did a field search. We talked to Bolia here in Oslo, and they loved our ideas. So they gave us the address to the CIO and Bolia. So we already written, and hopefully that will turn out good.
Cool, thanks guys. Last presentation of the night. So when the photographer is starting to fall asleep, we need to boost this energy, so everyone start clapping. Come on. So, we're going to boost this place. So we are Betsy. Yeah, because it's the new app. It's Bets with Friends. And here's the team. It's a rock star team, and it's got the following awesome attributes. And these two you can't buy for money. They got enthusiasm and dedication. They deliver, they are proven to deliver, and they're professional, and it's international. So what's the problem we're solving here today? The following. Every time I make a bet or challenge with my friends, we lose track of the bet, we forget the bets, or the conditions of the bets. And if I actually just say, oh, you remember that bet? Oh, I won't pay. So you won't pay up. So we need to solve this very simple yet elegant problem. That's where we come in. We're Betsy. It's betting with friends against friends. It's social betting. It's a fun, engaging way to make bets, keep track, and make your friends pay up. And make them social on Facebook. Make it official. So let's take it away on a demo. We have a live app. It's sent to the App Store, and we're just waiting for Apple to approve our app. So you connect, enter your Facebook credentials. You get a list of your current bets. You press the betcha. I want to create a new bet. Out of here, Ian, who is the man with the phone, selects Marcus. Of course, you want to mix a bet with me. Then it fills in. I bet 2 beers that Norway will win over Brazil in the World Cup this year. That's done. Suddenly it's posted to my wall. It's posted to Ian's wall. Suddenly it's viral. Suddenly it's social. It's official. And also we set a date. So an event will post back to his wall on the date of the settlement of the bet. Meaning we can get payback.
That's Betsy. It's simple, it's elegant, it's one solution to a problem. We have a landing page. People are starting to subscribe to our beta testing. We've done market evaluations. We asked people, okay, what's the stats? Well, almost everyone is making bets every now and then. And most of them never settle. So, it's an international market from day one. And it's the cash or product markets. 50-50 in our surveys. Some people bet cash, some people bet products, such as beer. We have a Facebook page. We've been hammering out social media guerrilla ads. We've gone viral on one crazy video. We've gotten 325 likes. That equals actually 50,000 people or impressions when it comes to reach. Every person that has a like has an average of 150 friends. There's about 44 to 50,000 actual reach that we can do with our product. Already today, done in 40 hours. So, iteration 1, the customer validation iteration. This is what's coming up. We're launching a minimum viable product. We're solving a problem. Based on the feedback we get into the process, we will iterate and we will get better. We'll collect data so we'll know what is people actually betting about and what are they betting with. Is it money? Is it beer? Where? And we want to keep costs low in the first iteration, and we want to have a high automation, so we keep it low because we're known working with this. And we want to keep on doing viral social distribution to keep the downloads high.
Awesome.
Whoa, you kidding? That sucks.
Team photo?
Yeah. That sucks. Should have had it like that.
It happens. Alright, so judges.
Can you say something about the business model?
Yes. Of course I can do. We have three viable business models. It's a white label market. After iteration 3, where we have it honed and scaled and being able to make our gamification concept the best. Marketing campaigns for like Heineken, Olympics, the Olympics and so on and so forth. High margin market, typically 50 to 100,000 per pop per campaign marketing. That's one. The two, let's say people start betting much more money, and we can do a man-in-the-middle attack. So we become integrating services such as Square or PayPal or Visa or MasterCard. People can pay up and start betting money person to person. We're disrupting the whole betting model. No more betting against the house, person to person matching, person to person betting.
So I got something. This is like a really popular idea. It comes out and Startup begins a lot. I'm sure you have a ton of competition that you've identified. How are you guys going to differentiate yourself and really capture that
value
you have?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big problem. And the thing is, it's all about execution. It's all about execution and also making the gamification model elegant and making everything easy to do.
Most of the apps are actually tied to the odds, professional players in the market. So these are private bets right here. So there are not that many apps out there even close to this. And we're also doing a web app, so you can have ratings and social currency tied back to the web app, like popular ratings, popular people to bet with. And that's also an aspect of the whole business model.
Yeah. And also capitalize on data as a business model.
Can we see your film, the commercial you made?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we have multiple films.
Which one? The other one with
we have
about teeth.
Okay, we're betting this then. Okay, we'll have this one now. The one that lost the bet on Betsy. You have to do a stupid thing when you lose a bet. We have a viral. Search for SB Oslo on Twitter and you'll see Mayor movies and pictures and stuff coming up.
And it was the team.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and let them pull that one up. But yeah, sure, go ahead.
What are the rules if we're having apps like this? And in Norway, I'm not really sure you're allowed to have services to.
We're an international company and product. But what we can do for a Norwegian market is do challenges. So instead of betting, you challenge them. I challenge you to run the 50K Nike run, like challenge you to do the Oslo Marathon.
But then
And we can
your
capitalize on
business
data and
model-
capitalize on events.
Again, I'm not sure how much of that data you're allowed to capitalize on, because they're extremely strict rules about that.
But we can have the agreement when you enter into the Betsy app. We can user review it.
And the business model for the first iteration will be ads strictly, and it's a freemium model, so you could pay to get rid of the ads. That's kind of the like WordView type of deal.
That's our first business model, just to get the first 20 grand to make this thing roll.
All right, awesome. I'll let you guys go ahead and finish this.
I just lost a bet to a friend on Betsy. Get me out if you're a betting champ like me. Get it up, man. Get it up. Just look at me. Look at me. Don't lose a bet like and then get it up. Get it up.
So if you guys want to stand up and stretch, that concludes our presentation. Woo! Alright, and real quick, so the judges, we're going to go downstairs, we're going to reconvene, we're probably going to talk a lot of shit. I don't know. But we're going to come back upstairs with some winners, with some prizes. Anything you want to add? 15 minutes? 10? 10 minutes. We're back in 10 minutes. So, and then there's beer and sausages downstairs.
Everything is done in 40 hours, remember. From 0 to 100 in 40 hours.
Hvem streamer skal vi stoppe? Stoppe? Hvor lang går? Den stopper her. Ok, skal du stoppe her? Ja. Vi går inn i rommet der nede. Stoppe den da. Ja,
So great, yeah, grab your papers, we'll go downstairs across the way.
We will be back after these short messages.
There's still 31 viewers on the stream. Hey guys.
I'm one of them. Actually, like, can you tell me more about this one?
It's just like one educated and 2 years of service for 12 months, and then it's like the same for
So 3
three
okay.
for 3 kids. And then it's just like I need to meet the team, and then we have one so we can make
Oh, but so I want you to follow what the video text the winner is. They will come up. Then you have to remember who it is, and you have to remember what it takes. You note it down.
Yeah, no, but I wrote down the name of the team from the team that
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, right.
So
Yeah,
remember
like
which team takes which prize.
It's like we started like the last one. We have 8 years. We have 8 years.
I don't think so.
Du har en tema til nå.
But did the judges know that they are going to name you? Yeah. Maybe it's 3 years.
Yeah, I like laughing.
Sorry?
Love it.
Ah! Hey! You're right!
Alright.
You're live.
No, it's a serious delay. See?
Yeah, 2 seconds. Or 2 seconds. That's very serious.
There you are, yay!
Yeah.
Like halftime show?
No, leave it there. Leave it there. Just leave the chair. Over here, the chair.
You need to keep the power in.
Now, happy. Sorry.
Și am fost la pe treci. Și de-aia n-am pus să răspund că treceau pe săptămâne, dar acum am ideea mea de postarea și am luat cu... Da, că vă sună pe dormit. Nu, abia. Că acum la zi că vă sună la burger, încă acum. Ce? Da, cam atâta, nu? Da, să vă zic cu genul ăsta, nu știu cu doar. Dar mă doar cu genul poate să vă zic.
veldig hyggelig.
Var det ikke 10 minutter?
Ja, han sa det var ute. Det er 20 minutter, så da var det lenger. Men vi har tenkt å ha litt det. Så jeg tror egentlig bare nei, så nå skal vi ta gruppefille. Alle som deltatt. Så alle skal get close and close der oppe. Egentlig kan det flytte det hvis du gidder det der her bordet. Fordi vi skal ta bilder her, så gjør det. Det skal bli gjort.
Vi hører klokken hele tiden. Ja, eller via forskjellige kanaler, både til Kyles mobil og til Skype-gruppechatten vi har, så vi har med alle organisers i hele Europa. Ja. Ja, det gjør det.
Du kan se det egentlig, du kan se. Jag ska se. Jag ska se.